I'm at Amiheim Sports with Natisha Jorae. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thanks for coming.
She has been a skater since 2010, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Lansing Derby Vixens and then the culture of roller derby. So let's start with the Lansing Derby Vixens. You guys formed in April of 2010. So how did it come to be? Talk a little bit about that.
Well, a group of women decided that they wanted to bring derby to Lansing, and so they kind of just threw it out there like, hey, we're going to start roller derby, and had some informal meetings. And I think it was probably about 30 people that showed up.
Wow.
So it was quite a few. They didn't, people kind of weed out and go their separate ways or whatever. So from that became the Vixens.
Awesome. So. Okay, perfect. And then you guys have how many members now then?
It's fluctuates.
Okay.
So it's usually around 30 to 40 members. We also do 101 classes, which is a beginner class, and I believe there's about 15 to 20 people in that class now.
Awesome. And then you guys have two teams right now?
Capital Corruption and the Lansing Derby Vixen All-Stars.
And how are those divided?
We do tryouts, usually at the beginning of the season and then mid-season. You can challenge for a spot to move up if you want to get on the All-Star roster. With WIFTA, the association, they have a 20-person roster, so that roster gets set. So to get onto All-Stars, you challenge for that position to get on that 20-person roster.
And then you guys are continuing to grow, and you're aiming for that third team soon?
Yes, we've had, like I said, we grow and contract as people come and go. So we do have a third team, Old Town Beatdown.
Okay.
But right now we're just such a small group that we're just the two teams now, but always looking for new people. So
awesome. And then you guys have the little ones too, right?
The Junior League. The juniors actually have we'll say 2.5 teams. They have the Lansing Junior Vixen All-Stars, and then the Lansing Miskits, the Junior Miskits, and then we have minis, which are like mini Miskits, and those are like the people that are like 7, 8, just getting started.
Okay, awesome. And then they have the opportunity to move up when they are of age.
Yes, the juniors go from 7 or 8 to, they can play until they're 18, and then they would age up to adults if they wanted to.
Okay, awesome. So then this is Lansing's original women's flat track roller derby league, they say. And how does the funding work for the league? Do you guys have sponsors? Do you pay your own ways?
We do. We're dues paying league, so everybody pays every month, and we pay for our own gear and everything. We are always looking for new sponsors. Some of our sponsors now are Action Board Sports, All About Derby, Sinorama.
Okay.
Lots of sponsors. I'm not getting everybody at all.
Awesome. No, that's great. So then you guys get help from you guys who pay your own way, and then the sponsors as well.
Yes, and then we do various fundraisers throughout the year.
Okay.
Our juniors are getting ready to do a skate-a-thon where people donate money for laps skated. So
absolutely, that sounds great. So you guys then joined WIFTA, which is the Women's Flat Track Derby Association, in July of 2012 as an apprentice league.
Yes.
And then in June of 2013 as a full member.
Yes.
How did that work?
With WIFTA, you have to have somebody that's already a WIFTA team kind of sponsor you as an apprentice, and then you go, you have to have so many games per season that are regulation games, so it's four per season. After you're apprentice it varies, but usually it's around a year, one season, and then you become a full member.
Okay, awesome. And then since 2013, you guys have been a full member?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So I noticed that you guys have coaches. How does the coaching staff work then?
Coaching can be a little iffy. It's, sometimes, and it seems it's hard to find a coach, but once you have a good one, you just want to keep them forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, our coaches are mostly non-skating coaches. Sometimes we'll have a skater that will retire and become a coach.
Okay.
So right now we have a husband and wife team that are coaching PT and Quake. Quake is a skater, and PT is her husband, who's also been coaching staff for as long as I've been here,
so you guys get
years.
the mix, skater, non-skater.
Yes.
So you guys get the best of both worlds.
Absolutely. It's a little easier for non-skaters, especially when you're coaching, not to get too involved in what's going on. So they have a broader view of what's going on, which is nice.
Awesome. And then one of your teammates, Ashley, told me that roller derby truly is for everybody and everybody. Yes. And I love that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
That is one of my that's what got me sold on derby. It's Every size has a position here. Anybody can do whatever they want. All it takes is work. Not every position works for everybody.
Okay.
I'm a little bigger. It's hard for me to jam sometimes, depending on rules change as the sport grows.
Okay.
So every couple seasons there might be a rule change. So right now it's a little hard for me to get through the pack without getting a penalty.
So then you just kind of try out different things as the years go by.
We've most people play every position.
Okay.
There's blockers and jammers,
Okay.
and pivots. Blockers are trying to stop the other team's jammer, which is the person that's trying to go through the pack, and then you're trying.
That's the person who scores as they go around.
Jammers score the points.
Okay.
And so you're trying to get your jammer through and stop the other jammer from getting through.
Okay.
It's complicated when you're first starting to watch it, but once you get into it, you understand it.
Oh, it's fun. I saw it last year for the first time, and I love it now. So then explain a little bit about what it is, this sport, you know, how it's played. You were talking about positions. So maybe like a simple Derby 101.
Simple version is you have 5 people on the track at once. You have 4 blockers and 1 jammer. The jammer is the point scorer. You have 1 for each team.
Okay.
So as the jammer goes through the opposing blockers, they get a point for each blocker that they pass.
Okay, awesome. And then you just count the points, and whoever has the most points wins.
Yes, there's 2 minutes, they're called jams,
Okay.
so we go 2 minutes at a time,
Okay.
and then you switch off the track. So it'll be 5 people for around 2 minutes, and then another 5 people. So all that adds up, and in the end, whoever has the most points wins.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So do you guys get a lot of inexperienced players, and how was that transition to, you know, teaching them all the rules and getting them out there playing?
Yes, most people when they start are inexperienced. We've had people that we've taught to skate that don't know how to skate at all, up from people that, you know, used to skate when they were kids.
Yeah.
So we do a boot camp, which is just a short program to get people used to what skating is and what derby is. And then we have a class which is called 101.
Okay.
So it's Derby 101, and that's a longer class. If you like the boot camp and you want to be more serious about derby, then you come and learn the more fine details of derby. And then after 101, we move you up to fresh meat. We call new people fresh meat.
That's funny.
And then you get started.
Awesome, absolutely. So then how does practice work? How many times a week? What is it like?
We have 3 practices a week. On Sundays right now is the newer people 101 class.
Okay.
And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays we practice from 8 to 10.
Okay, then that's everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it like? What do you guys practice the most, if you will, if there is something?
Sure. Right now the way we have it split up is Tuesdays we usually do scrimmaging, which is kind of like practice games. And we practice drills more, and then Thursday we do more endurance, so it'll be a lot more like cardio.
So all that training that goes into what gets you out there
Exactly.
and makes you stay.
Stronger, you know, you want to do what makes you stronger on Thursday, you want to learn what makes you a better player on Tuesday.
Okay, absolutely. So for you guys who don't know, roller derby doesn't use real names, they use nicknames, and yours is TNTish.
Yes.
All right, so why not the real names, and how do you come up with them?
There's actually kind of 2 groups of people in derby. Some people think that you should use your real names.
Okay.
When it originally started, it was more nicknames, which is kind of like people's alter ego and alter persona. So derby was kind of like your way to get away from things, to get out of who you normally are and just be who you want to be.
Okay.
So the names, the nicknames, kind of derby names came from just getting out there and not worrying about what other people think about you.
Okay, so then yours is TNTish. So why that? Explain to us a little bit.
I wanted to use something that had my actual name in it.
Yeah.
So I picked TNTish.
Okay.
Because people do call me Tish. So.
Okay. That sounds fun.
I'm an AC/DC fan too.
Okay,
So.
there you go. So what are some of the other nicknames that you're like, ooh, that's so cool?
Well, you brought up Ashley earlier. Her name is Miss Fortune Cookie.
Okay.
People say Ashley, and sometimes I don't even know who that is. Or when we're organizing things, people will say, oh, well, you have to talk to Aaron Gobruto. Well, then I have to find out what Aaron Gobruto's real name is. And some people, you play with them so long, you forget their real names.
That's so funny.
So
it's fun. You guys are tight-knit family.
Oh, absolutely. I've been skating with Jasmine Rice for years. 4 years, 5 years. I don't even know how long now. But I frequently forget that her real name is Kim.
That's great. So it must get even like more difficult when you go to other games in Michigan. And
Oh, absolutely. One of the great things about Derby is you meet so many people. Like you play everybody around the state, you go out of state and meet people. Facebook is a huge community, so even if you're not going out of state, you still know hundreds of people.
Absolutely. And talking about the state of Michigan and the roller derby culture in Michigan, there's a lot of teams: Ann Arbor, Battle Creek, Kalamazoo. So talk about that, how big of a community is.
Michigan is somewhat unique in WIFTA leagues and non-WIFTA leagues. We have about 26 teams, I believe, in Michigan. Most states have a handful, maybe 5. So
that's great. Yeah.
It's you get to know a lot of people. There's there's always a game to go see pretty much every weekend. So
absolutely.
It's nice.
So do you guys have a rival?
We play Grand Rapids. I would say Grand Raggedy might be a rival, but nothing official.
Okay. So
Grand Raggedy has a big rival with Kalamazoo. So.
So you guys are like kind of sliding in there?
Right.
Absolutely. So are there any difficulties in being in Lansing, which is a college town?
Not too much. Being in Lansing, we have a lot of professionals here, which works out well. With the college town, we do get college students occasionally, and they kind of go, while they're in college, they might play, but then finals come up and gets hard, and they might not be around for a while, and then they graduate and
so it's that come
might
and
move
go
on.
kind of atmosphere.
There's
but
definitely
a good crowd here.
Yes, with the team we've had now, most people have been here for several seasons. So.
Okay. Great. So what are your biggest accomplishments in the Lansing Derby Vixens? What is the team's biggest accomplishment?
Right now, this season, we're just working on rebuilding. We've lost some people to injuries and some people have moved away. So I would say season goals, we're just working on rebuilding, getting stronger, moving up in rankings always. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
overall goal, we just want to, I guess I want to say that we just want to build a better, stronger community. We want to work around our community. We volunteer everywhere. We do a lot of things with Ellie's Place, and we've volunteered around McDonald House, and just things around the community. We want a better, stronger community.
So you are involved with a lot of charity work?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's one of our main goals, is just to give people a place to go, to give women a place where they can be part of the community, do something athletic, but also go out and volunteer and help in their own community.
Great. And then moving on then to the international scene, what is that like with roller derby? Do you know, have you competed with any international teams?
We compete with Canada because they're close. Our last game actually was with Border City.
Okay.
They're right over the border, so we've played them.
Canada.
Right, still Canada, so it's still technically international.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had anybody, as far as like our teams, we haven't really gone overseas.
Okay.
We have different players that have gone, either like students that go abroad, so they'll play with other teams. So I know players that have played with Ireland and Brazil.
Okay, awesome. Well, anything else you want to tell us about the Lansing Derby Vixens and who you guys are?
Oh, geez. We're just here to, like I said, bigger, stronger community, have a good time, and just have fun.
Awesome. Well, we'll stay tuned to your games this season. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.